Hallelujah. Houston Texans finally got their first win of the season against the Tennessee Titans at Reliance Stadium. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. And I'm going to tell you something. I don't know what this team been waiting on, but right there we can work with that. They actually look like a football team, somewhat organized on offense. But what we all been talking about past few weeks since they've been losing, incorporate the young players, the rookies. You got it all in this game. They featured their rookie running back, Woody Marks, got both of the carries versus Nick Chubb. Nick Chubb is an older player. Nick Chubb is, I don't want to say he's laboring, but it looks like it when you be running the football. Put your young guy in there, which they did. He was elusive. He ran hard, strong. They even gave him the ball on the pass, on screens. Got him into space. These Texans look like a football team. They definitely can build on this moving forward. Now, you can't take a step back. The penalties, they cleaned those up. They got the ball to their key guys on Sunday afternoon. Nico got a little fair share. They spread around. Nobody got a heavy dose. You know, Nico didn't get 10 catches for 200 and some yards. It wasn't like that. But CJ spreaded the ball around enough to be unpredictable. And that's the key, being unpredictable. Because these first 3 weeks, they're predictable. Teams knew what they wanted to do. I want to give a little bit of credit to this offensive line as well. And you know why I'm going to give them credit? They gave up 2 sacks. 2 sacks this afternoon against the Tennessee Titans. Now, is it fixed? No, it's not fixed. They held up long enough for CJ can make some plays. Now, I would like to see Jalen Noel a little bit more on the offense. We can't have it perfect. But Jalen Noel, he needs to get, a few of those screens, a couple of tosses, kind of like they did last week, just featuring it a little bit. But they need to get him the ball as well, too. This offense can be a little explosive with this young talent. They got to realize that. And it seems like they are realizing that now. Now, we're going to see next week, and they got to bring it next week. They're on the road against Baltimore. There's no time to sit back now. You build on what you did this afternoon against the Tennessee Titans. You carry that to Baltimore. And hopefully you can, integrate a few more plays, a few more disguises, but keep the same formula. Lean on your young guys. Just go ahead and start Woody Marks. Just start him. Nick Chubb is still going to get his carries. You don't have to send him out there as a starter. He's going to get his carries. But what I like most is Woody Marks got the bulk of the carries. He had 17 carries for 69 yards. Nick Chubb had 13 carries for 47 yards. Okay? So that lets you know they're changing things up. Nick Caley, D'Amico Ryans, they're taking a good, strong look at this. I don't know what it is, but they just wanted to put the veterans in there. They wasn't trusting these young guys. You got to trust your talent. And now they see what they can do. So I'm hoping to see Woody Marks for the rest of this season incorporated, getting the bulk of the carries, getting him out there in the pass routes as well, because he can catch. He can block now and he can catch as a young guy. Real spunky fella gaining his confidence, and that's what Houston needs on offense. This struggling offense needs playmakers, and they found it in their young players. They found it. CJ Stroud, 22 for 28. That's sweet. Best game he's played this season so far. I mean, shit, we could just say the whole team is the best game they've played this year. Go and put them all in the same basket. But CJ Stroud, 22 for 28, 233 yards, 8.3 on average on his passing, 2 TDs, or 2 tutties is what they would say. No interceptions, sacked twice for a -9 yards, 76.2 QBR, 125.1 on rating. He hung in there. He hung in there. And I'm the one, I will sit right here and I will give CJ Stroud the heat. I will continue to give him the heat, but I will give him credit as well where credit is due. He took care of his business today. Now, we all know it's the Tennessee Titans. We're not going to go crazy, okay? We're not going to go crazy. They are the, bottom half worst team in the league. You take a win how you can take the win. You can't, they line them up, you just knock them down. You can't have no control of your schedule. Whatever team they put in front of you, go ahead and take care of business, right? So they took care of their business. And you go into next week, it's another test, it's another big test, it's your biggest test of the season, in my opinion. Baltimore's going to be hungry. Baltimore just got spanked, what, twice in a row? They had some tough teams coming out of the gate. Tough teams had to play early in the schedule. They're going to be very upset, very upset. They're going to look at their record and they're going to see you coming into their building and they're going to say, that's the team that we can get back on track on. We can batter and bruise this team. This team is not on our level. That's exactly how they're going to look at y'all when y'all coming into their building. Y'all going to be a get back on track game to them. You got to erase that. And you might have a little fortune on your side because Lamar Jackson might not be playing in that game. Depending on his hamstring, you might be going up against Rush. And if y'all going up against Rush, that gives y'all an ultimate chance to pull that game out. Big chance to pull it out. You know, with me with injuries, I want teams to be at full strength because I don't want no excuses. If Lamar Jackson's able to go, we want him to go. We'll take him down straight up if we have to. If you played like you did today, even though it was the Tennessee Titans, you're not going to get too much credit for that. I'm sorry, but you're not going to get too much credit for that. Around the league, fan base, we have to see more. You have to prove a lot more. All right, but it was good. It was good to see y'all offense clicking, organized, getting the ball up the field, no multiple 3 and outs like we were used to seeing. Y'all actually had something. Got in the red zone and actually started scoring touchdowns. But yeah, this is a building block. It's a building block. Even though it's against the Tennessee Titans, it is a building block. You have to start from somewhere. Get that first win. That's all you got to worry about. When you get that first win, it feels good. You can build on that. Because luck can be on your side as well. As long as you get that one win. You go to Baltimore and for some crazy reason, you pull out that game against Baltimore, now you're starting to see a shift. Now your season has a good chance to turn around. Because you beat Baltimore, you're going to feel like you can beat anybody now. You have arrived. Okay, this is what we expected coming into this season. We started off slow, but now we finally beat us an elite team. Because we're elite, at least we believe we're elite, supposed to be competing for a championship this season, but fell off track. Let's go, boys. We back on it. That's what that win will feel like if you beat the Baltimore Ravens. We're not counting on it, but you go out there with a good fight, play somewhat like you did this early afternoon, you're going to give yourself a chance to win. Woody Marks, my goodness, 17 carries, 69 yards, 4.1 on average. He's going to need a little more carries than that too. I like to see him with 25 or 30. I'm not going to lie to you. But if you're going to mix him up with some pass, then it might have to cut down on his carries. But as far as the passing, he had 4 catches for 50 yards with a touchdown. Nico Collins, 4 catches for 79 yards. See, they didn't hog feed Nico Collins. He had 6 targets. He caught 4 of them. Still got to find a way to get him the ball at all costs. They're going to be successful. They still have to continue to force feed, I would say, Nico Collins the ball. But they had some spreadage. Woody Marks had the 4 catches. He had Dalton Schultz with 5 catches. All right, Jaden Higgins, he got that 1 for 24 yards. That was a touchdown. Good job by him, and we want to see him get more targets, more opportunities, Jaden Higgins, because he's showing you what he can do. Xavier Hutchinson, Nick Chubb, Jalen Noel even got one just for a -2 yards, but you can see C.J. Stroud spreaded the ball around in this game. And that's what it's going to take. Yeah, you have your key guys. You want to put multiple targets on them. But when you got everybody involved, where it's 3 catches, 2 catches, 4 catches, doesn't matter. Keep the defense honest. And you see they made some shots to Nico over the top as well, too. A couple of times they went for that. That's all we asking for. Your greatest player on offense, which is Nico Collins, you have to take shots like that whether you complete them or not. We say this stuff all the time. They did a lot of it in this ball game. That's why they ended up winning 26-0. Gave them a goose egg. This defense, I'm going to tell you something, and we're going to mention it over and over again. It is the Tennessee Titans. We know. This defense probably not going to get too much credit because it's the Tennessee Titans, but I'm going to let you know this right now. Any team in the NFL, if you stop them from scoring any points and put up a goose egg, that's a hell of a feat. I don't care who it is. You stop any team from scoring at all in a 60-minute ball game in an NFL, that's some hell of a defense. That's not easy to do, folks. Tennessee Titans or Saints or whoever, Chicago Bears, it don't matter. You stop them from scoring points in a 60-minute ball game, that defense is stout. It's stout. So good job for this defense, not being penalty heavy. I didn't see too much penalties from this team that just stood out where you like scratching your head like, come on, guys, what are y'all doing? When you can have less penalties to where it's not that noticeable, you're doing a great job. You're doing a hell of a job. So defense and offense, we just going to say the defense been playing all season long. They just been on the field a lot longer than they need to be because of the 3 and outs from the offense, right? So they just been bled out. They've been bled out to the brink. So the defense has been there all. Now, yeah, you could tackle better. A couple of misassignments, can't get off the field on certain third downs. Yeah, we know that. They're not going to be perfect, folks. They're not going to be perfect. They can hold up only so long, but they've played great so far this season. So when you get an offense that can help them out just a little bit, move the chains, no 3 and outs, give them some rest. Now y'all playing complimentary football, what D'Amico Ryans always say, right? Complimentary football. Let's play complimentary football. That's complimentary football. Special teams all the way down. And then you find yourself with a win, 26-0. Gave them a goose egg. Me, I like to be greedy. I said y'all should have scored about 40 points in this game. Titans won nothing. Y'all could have gave them a 40 piece, maybe a 50 piece. But like I say, one step at a time. If y'all were sharp on offense, maybe so. But y'all got to build it each week. And I understand it's a marathon. It's not a sprint. And y'all going to continue to go to the lab and get better on that offensive end. That's all it takes. But incorporating the young guys was the key. Without them, you wouldn't have won this game. The young guys, the rooks, carries you to win this game here. Scoring the touchdowns. What they got? 3 touchdowns? 3 or 4 from the young guys? I know Marks himself got 2. 1 pass, 1 run. Then Higgins got that pass for a touchdown. So, yeah, they played a big part. Just continue to do it next week, I would say. What else is going on? Of course, you got the Cowboys, you got the Packers, you got Micah Parsons coming back to Dallas. But we'll check out the scoreboard real quick. And yeah, man, Houston Texans finally got off that goose egg, got them a win, a much needed win. We're not gonna call it perfect. We're not gonna say they figured it out. We're not gonna say none of that. What we're gonna say is they got another opportunity going to the next game because the Baltimore Ravens on the road. And if they want to prove anything to anybody, go ahead and get that one. See what the talk will be about then. Go get that one. All right, let's take this one down real quick. We'll run through it real quick. Slouchy Sunday, of course, right? Slouchy Sunday. Getting ready for that. Making it Monday, of course. This gonna run into Making it Monday. I already know that. We always do them late night. Ravens and Chiefs. Chiefs beat the Ravens 37-20. And you know about this matchup. This is a historic matchup. Historic. It happens all the time. And you ask yourself, are the Ravens going to finally beat the Bills? Or the Ravens going to finally beat the Chiefs? Or the Ravens going to continue to own the Steelers if they own them? Do they own them? Do the Ravens own the Steelers?
Nope.
And you come in year after year and you keep asking yourself, and it's going to continue to happen. And I hope Lamar Jackson's okay with that tender hamstring pull, whatever it was. I think it was hamstring. And hopefully he can be ready for the Texans next week. We're not going to duck him. We're not going to duck him at all. We want him out there healthy. All right? Texans want Lamar Jackson healthy next week. And they probably looking at me like, what are you talking about? No, we don't. We don't want him healthy. No, we'd rather go against Rush. We want Cooper Rush. We don't want him. Maybe so, but I don't want no excuses. That's why I said, play them straight up. Have an opportunity. Y'all can beat them. Y'all can beat them. But yeah, man. Hopefully he gets better. Maybe he'll be able to play. Maybe not. But the pressure mounts. I'm not gonna get into it, but you already know how I feel about those Baltimore Ravens moving forward for this season. The expectation, everything involved with that. Bears and Raiders. That was a good game down the stretch. Now, a lot of these games, I know everybody's not watching all of these games. A lot of these games are not even televised. Unless you have, the NFL ticket or something like that. Or you like me, you got the Fire Stick and you got to twist the knobs and plug here and pop there. And then you catch all of them, right? But yes, I was watching this game. Not all the way through, but I was watching this game, and man, it was a good one. It was a good one. Raiders came very close. Raiders almost really should have won this game, but they didn't. It was tight. Caleb, he's growing up a little bit. He made the necessary plays to win it. He made some big. Every time he run, man, he trips me out. I'm not gonna bring it up too much, but when this guy runs, man, he runs like he's really scared. Caleb Williams runs like he's really scared. If you haven't watched him play this season, or go catch some highlights, every time he scrambles or he runs out of that pocket, check this guy out. That man be running. Do you hear me? He be running. All right. But yeah, the Bears pulled it out 25-24, a close game, and I won't say I was rooting for him, but I did pick him this week. So I did a good job on that. Rams and Colts, that was another good game. I didn't get to tune in on that one, but you see it on the ticker. You see a few highlights. And Colts fell short. Fell short to the Rams. And I think I picked the Colts this week. Rams got them 27-20. It was close throughout. It was close throughout. Eagles and Buccaneers. That was a good one. Of course, I watched that one all the way through. I'll watch anyone all the way through. It damn sure would be that one, huh? But Eagles knew it was going to be a tough game coming in, playing these Buccaneers. They're stout. They have some strong defense. You got to have a hell of a game plan to beat the Buccaneers, especially in their building. Eagles knew they had their work cut out for them. They came ready to go. They had their game plan. They didn't let Baker Mayfield go too crazy. They wanted to keep him kind of trapped inside of that pocket. He made a couple of scrambles, but the Eagles defense made them feel him. They got under his skin. They bumped him a couple of times, let him know. Even Sirianni on the sideline, if you was watching that game, getting into it with Baker Mayfield, talking trash to him. That's why I love that Sirianni as a head coach. He acts like a player. He acts like he's suited up on the sideline. Shoulder pads, headgear, all of it. Told you he's in there to bat for his team. Who wouldn't want to play for a coach like that? Sometimes he can go overboard. We know that. You got to reel him in. But more than none, man, this is the coach you want right here. Talking trash to their quarterback or any star player for the opposite team. He gets into it with them. Working the refs along with it. So yeah, Nick Sirianni came a long way. Love Nick Sirianni, no doubt about it. No doubt about it. But that was a tough win to pull out. Eagles stay undefeated. Next week they have an opportunity to get that one as well. They're not playing a team that they can't beat. I believe it's the Broncos. All right, they're playing the Broncos. I think the Broncos are going to Lincoln Financial Field, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, of course, the Broncos they capable of beating the Eagles. We know that the Broncos are good in that way. But the Eagles on the road they're going, just another bump in the road. And you can't say that the Broncos are better than the Buccaneers. So it's a winnable game. And they can keep this train moving and hopefully stay undefeated and keep going. Because like I said about the regular season, man, I don't really count the regular season, but it's good to patch up a few wins to make it look good, have home court advantage, go into the playoffs on a streak and feeling good about yourself, going for another championship run. But other than that, regular season, I don't really pay too much attention to it. I watch the games, but I'm talking about for the Eagles, the wins and losses. I don't really pay too much attention to that. I just know they need to go out there and take care of business every week. That's all I know. And they can do that without me breaking my neck for them every week. They're mature enough. They know what the deal is. Now, for these Texans, that's a different story. You know what I'm saying? I gotta pamper them. I gotta spoon feed them. You know what I mean? I gotta roll around in the grass. You know what I'm saying? I gotta pray. I gotta do a lot of things for these Texans. They need some help. Okay, it's totally different. So, Eagles 31, Buccaneers 25. Patriots and the Panthers. Patriots scored 42 points on the Panthers. I ain't saying that like it's a shock, but Patriots 42 at home. Okay, so y'all can score like that, huh? Yeah, that's why I picked y'all this week. You know what I mean? And the Titans and the Texans, the one we just got through talking about, 26 to nothing. Texans get off the snide and finally get their first win of the season. Congratulations on that. It's been tough. It's been rough. But at least y'all can't be saying, man, the Texans might be one of the worst teams in the league. They probably saved themselves from that a little bit, at least for another week. Because they're going to be saying that about the Titans. They're going to be saying that about the Saints. Teams like that. You don't want to be in that same group if you're the Texans. Avoid that at all costs. So, good win. Lions and Browns. That's 34-10. The Lions got the Browns. Lions were at home. And they rolled them 34-10. I didn't watch any of that game. Just to, highlight here and there on a ticker. But who didn't think the Lions were going to win that game? At home, the Browns. I think that shocks anybody. Bills and Saints. Bills beat the Saints 31-19. I believe the Saints had an opportunity, but it was a slight one. It was like this. Can I see through that? It was something like that. And that's all the chance they had. That's it. That was it. Falcons and the Commanders. Falcons took down the Commanders 34-27. Oh, did I pick the Commanders this week? I think I did. Falcons, every time I've been picking y'all been coming up short. What's the deal? Y'all don't want me to be on y'all side or what? Now y'all want to win at home 34-27. But I don't know Jaden Daniels is there. I know that. Good win for the Falcons because I expect them to do big things this year. It's just some games they be, Heckle, Jekyll, and Hyde, but they need to go ahead and try to get themselves on a winning streak. Giants and Chargers. Oh, folks, this is what everybody was waiting on. And we knew Jaxson Dart was going to get in there sooner or later to start, and he has. And this is another one that I let fall short because I thought these Chargers would actually get the Giants. Until Jaxson Dart came up on the scene and started making some green. The man was running, made some passes. I said a few highlights, but he's confident and he looks good. And you can see Dayball, he's like, oh, you my savior. He jumping up, hugging him, look like a little chain around his neck. Like he want to give him a kiss. Dayball like, you going to save my job. Mwah. That's what he believe anyway. He's hoping he can go on a streak or at least, edge a little closer, try to get him in the playoffs. Dayball will love that. He'll love him for life if he can pull that off for him. But I'm rooting for him. I'm not no Giants fan, but this Jaxson Dart, this whole hype around Jaxson Dart, I like Jaxson Dart. I ain't going to lie to you. I want him to play well. I hope he brings that team out of a slump. If not make the playoffs, make it interesting at the end to give that fan base a little hope. That's all I'm saying. But no, I'm not no Giants fan. But I would like to see Jaxson Dart succeed. Okay? And Chargers, Chargers, boy. Y'all can't lose games like that. Now, if y'all want to go where y'all want to go. And Herbert, bad game by him. Bad game by Herbert. Throwing picks, bad off throws. Not too good. Steelers and Vikings. That was a good one. That was early. If y'all woke up around 8:30 in the morning, you can catch that one. All the way in Ireland. Old man is out there making throws. He's gave this team some hope. He's gave him some hope. Just don't get him hit. Because every time Aaron Rodgers gets hits, I'm like, oh, goodness. He's about to be out for the season. He's very fragile, folks. You can't allow him to take multiple hits. Let him sit back there like a statue and throw that ball without being contacted. He can get you somewhere. But once he starts scrambling, you get him to the ground, he can go out for the season like that. It happened with the Jets. It don't take much. Sometimes it don't take no contact at all. So they got to be careful with Aaron Rodgers and let him be upright and healthy for this season if they want to do anything. But yeah, every time he takes a sack or get knocked down, you just kind of hold your breath. But yeah, they pulled it out against the Vikings 24-21. And that was a big win for the Pittsburgh Steelers against the Vikings. And then you have Thursday night football. We've seen that one. The Seahawks and the Cardinals on Thursday night. Seahawks pulled it out. Seahawks with that mean defense. Cardinals, you watch them and you be like, oh my goodness. This Kyler Murray. He's falling off the map. He just can't. I don't know, man. I don't know if he's a winner or not. I don't know if he can make players around him better. He seems like if he's not running the ball, I don't know. I can't put my finger on it, to be honest with you, but he's taking some steps back. And he's not going to be in Arizona very long the way he's playing right now, especially if they're not winning ball games. Unfortunate for Marvin Harrison Jr., he deserves a hell of a quarterback that can force feed him because he can make plays, no doubt about that. But if they get them a good quarterback, because pretty soon they're going to have to give up on Kyler Murray. They're just going to call him selfish and he's not a true leader. And, yeah, he can scramble out of the pocket, but he's a smaller quarterback. It's hard for him to see behind the offensive line. He just, I don't know, he looks like a little guy out there. You just see the ball it's like it's shot out of a cannon. You don't even see where it's coming from. The guy's that short, okay? He's got to move out of the pocket to see his receivers. How long is that going to be successful? Not long at all. He holds on to the ball a lot, trying to run around. He does these twirls and dips and all. Can't do that in this league. And Caleb Williams figuring that out as well, too. That's why he's just shooting straight out of there. He's not doing that loop-de-loop no more. He sees that he is gone. And like I stated before, you ain't catching him. He is running like he's scared. Scared. All right? So, yeah, Seahawks defense smothered Kyler Murray and these Cardinals. And they won it 23-20. Close battle. Bengals and Broncos. All right? That's going to be for Monday Night Football. Got a doubleheader for Monday Night Football. Jets and Dolphins. I don't know who's going to be tuning into that one. I'll watch the Bengals and the Broncos. But them Jets and Dolphins, that's going to be nah, I'm playing around. I'll watch that one too, but yeah. It's going to be tough. Somebody got to win. They both 0-3. Somebody's going to get that first win. Who did I pick? I picked the Jets, didn't I? Yeah, I picked the Jets this week. That was a smart move by me. Not meaning they're going to win it, but Dolphins, they trying to find a way, and they're at home too. So, Bengals, Broncos. I think I went Broncos. Excuse me. I think I went Broncos at home. You know why? No Joe Burrow. No Joe Burrow. So that's the scoreboard right there, folks. We knocked it out pretty quick. But look for Tuesday or Wednesday. We're going to do the week 5 picks. See what my record looks like for week 4. Look like I might have done pretty good. I'm thinking double digits for sure. I should have double digits in my picks. if anything fails. But we'll check those out earlier in the week, Tuesday or Wednesday. I believe we'll do those. But y'all enjoy y'all slouchy Sunday / making it Monday. Getting it over with. Houston, Texas got off the snide. They got them a win. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Had to come against the Tennessee Titans, but you take it where you can get it. We know they're not good. We know the Texans just won because the Titans just did bad, gooder than the Texans. That's all. They just did bad, gooder. Yeah, there was no special potion about that, folks. Not at all. Not at all. So y'all enjoy yourselves. G.S.Q.H. Get the most sports quick hits. Enjoy y'all week. Time to get it. Time to get it. Appreciate your time. We out of here. Peace.